Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the TechGuy podcast. And as we predicted before and we have talked before that there will be a social media platform which will be coming forward with promoting kind of a new AI allowed on it, kind of an marketing kind of a scheme, and it is coming back. And the thing and a social media coming back from the death, we can see, you know, coming back from his graveyard, that is Vine. So Vine is coming back with a slightly different name, is DiVine. I don't know how it is, how they are basically trying to spell it, but DiVine is coming back. And as always, we are going to talk about our weekly AI news. And in last, we are going to talk about the AI understanding, architecture of AI, and why we are 3 years in the AI industry, 3 and more than 3 years, which are properly we are in the industry, and we still don't understand how these AI models work, which is concerning on its own level. But yeah, that's there. And also we are going to talk about the first AI cyber attack that has been reported by the AI company, that is Anthropic, that we are also going to talk about in the episode. So stay tuned till the end. So let's just get into the episode number 40 of the TechGuy podcast. So let's get into it. I know, I know. This is not a video podcast basically, but the reason why it's not a video podcast and a phone, that is I'm recording it on my just on my phone, it's not a video podcast, is because as you saw in the last episode, if anyone saw the last episode, you might see I'm not in an ideal light conditions, because before this, whatever my set was, the lighting conditions were actually good. The light was from above the ceiling. Now this I have to figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out. And also the voice, basically the noise in this room is too much. I'm doing it subtle experiments. Last 2 days we're just doing the experiments regarding how I can improve at least audio, because for the light I have to get a new first of all light, first of all, if the lighting conditions are not good. And the another major problem is here is that the both lighting and so you can just see how horrible the video podcast looked in the last episode compared to what before was. But you might not get in the next episode, that the 41st episode, I will believe. So this is the 40th episode, and I will talk about the update about regarding episode in the last part. But I just wanted to tell you guys that this will be a audio podcast, so I hope you guys understand it. And okay, let's just start the episode. We will first start with the topic that is we do every week, is that weekly AI news. So let's just get into it. Some new features has been added into ChatGPT, some new YouTube updates regarding AI features too. So YouTube adds ask me button on videos. So basically if you go to YouTube videos, not every video, I think it is available on US only. So obviously you can you can see, but I think it is, at least for now, I can only see ask me buttons on videos that are uploaded from US only. So I think they are slightly rolling it out with the basically slowly rolling it out there at least. So if you don't know, ask me, we talked about this in Google's IO event they did in the May this year. So they talked about this feature in the May month of basically, and now they're releasing it basically to everyone. So Android phones had this feature for quite a while, then it got into iOS 2. Now even iOS has ask me button too. And now web pages, so basically if you watch YouTube on your browsers, on your laptop, on your PCs, it is available there too. Basically it just summarizes videos. You can ask related questions, what is happening in the video too, which is a good one, especially for long podcast, especially lectures where you are watching those videos. Quite a good, you can just say, getting a summarize of the videos, which is I think you're good, especially in this type of podcast too, where you are watching right now. So that was YouTube. So ChatGPT has couple of new features has been added to ChatGPT. So apps and groups, both are some new features that ChatGPT has been get has been added in ChatGPT. Basically, apps, we will talk about first. That apps are basically inbuilt. Basic, what that mean, that the apps, whenever there will be a use of this app, so basically there are multiple apps available in right now, that is at the launch of this feature, that is Spotify, Figma, Canva, Coursera are some of the apps that are available right now, and they are working out to get these apps more and more available. So basically these are inbuilt apps. So whenever ChatGPT feels that it needs to suggest these types of ads, basically apps, not ads, suggest apps. So basically when you are, let's say, want to make a playlist, it will suggest Spotify. So it is inbuilt, so you don't have to go anywhere. It is just like kind of an, I will say, a connection between Spotify and ChatGPT, which is inbuilt by them. I still haven't used it. It still haven't rolled out quite all. I have seen, at least I don't have it right now in India, Asia specific, I will say. If you are using it, let me know how it is. ChatGPT 5.1 is available to Perplexity users. So if you are a Perplexity user, it is available to all users. You can go check it out. It is a faster model. Group chats, let's talk about that. So ChatGPT introduced a new group chat kind of a situation here, but it is kind of an typical, like kind of a link type, whenever you send, like whenever you when you create a new chat in a ChatGPT, you can just, there will be an icon at the top right of your phone. You can click on that and create a link for a group conversation, and you can send it to people who wants to join. There are also permissions, and that stuff is also there. And when people get invited, you can just chat in between with groups, just like a conversation you are doing. And 5.1, basically new ChatGPT 5.1 is an auto model that has been used here by ChatGPT to choose what models to use depending on the conversation you are happening on the ChatGPT, basically. So depending on 5.1, it can choose the ChatGPT 4, ChatGPT 4.5. These are some of the model. ChatGPT 5, that it will be back and forth, but yeah, it is again still not available. It is only available in Japan, Taiwan, South Korea, and New Zealand, at least for now. It will be, I think, in next month. I think in the month of at the end of month of December, we might see it. So that's there. So these are one of the two features that are actually good, I will say, definitely. Especially I'm interested in chats, not chats. So basically I'm interested in apps more than group chats, I feel like. But I think group chats can be really, really useful, especially in group projects, schools, team projects. I feel like definitely I might use it in future. But let's see. Apps in ChatGPT, it is still not available to me. If I get it, I will update you in the 41st episode that will be get uploaded on Monday or Tuesday, depending on how I get time on editing on it. But yeah, and last on weekly AI news is ChatGPT now has 8 different personalities available now. So if you have ChatGPT app on phone, or if you use it on your PC, your laptop, on browsing, go to the settings, and there at personalities settings, you will get 8 different type of ChatGPT kind of personalities, which is good. That is default, professional, candid, quirky, friendly, efficient, nerdy, and cynical. Change it depending upon how you want. I personally have made it in default mode, which is quite good, I will say. Gives me no BS kind of an like long text that I don't want, which is good. So that is it for weekly AI news for this week, and we will move on to another interesting topic that you have definitely might have heard from title and thumbnail of this video, that is, yes, Vine is coming back. So let's talk about that first. So like I said, Vine, if you don't know what Vine is, like me, I didn't know what Vine was like couple of years ago too. Like the reason why it is I didn't know what Vine was is basically it got off the internet before I got to use the internet. Basically, I started using internet since 2019. Mostly I got my phone after my high school, and yeah, and before that, I think in 2016 Vine got like removed, like got shut down, and it's back basically. So Vine is again like kind of a TikTok version, like early days of TikTok, you can definitely say. Now TikTok is way more evolved, way more than just a 30-second video, I feel like, because before TikTok was, I think, I feel like 30 or 20 or 15 seconds video. But Vine is a kind of a loop, just like what TikTok is. A short, I think 6 to 10 seconds, I believe it is. But yeah, so Jack, co-founder of Twitter, is bringing back Vine with its previous videos being restored by Henshaw Platt, aka Rebel. He is an early Twitter employee, according to what information we have got. So Rebel, his actual name is Henshaw Platt. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. If not, I'm sorry. But Rebel, we will talk like it's a good nickname. But Rebel, he is the one who is restoring basically the Vine archived videos, that has been archived by the archived team company, which archived the whole information of a specific website if it is shutting down, and preserved it like a kind of a museum. It is not the same archive, I will say, that stores the book or the internet information. It is a different one, but kind of a similar name. So he's the one retrieving the whole videos of archive videos, which is actually wasn't easy, according to what I've heard from the TechCrunch article that I will be linking down in the description. Go check it out for detailed how they retrieved it basically. Yeah, it was not easy because it was binary code. Like it was just like not simple to retrieve those, who had to build a lot of code upon it to get out of it. So basically, according to him, more than, I will say, 200,000 videos have been retrieved, I think. So yeah, and those videos will be uploaded on a new app called DiVine, basically capital D-I and capital V-I-N-E. Basically the new name for Vine, which I get that definitely why they are not going with Vine, which can get complicated in terms of technical issues, which is okay. And yeah, other thing that is also really need to be noticed here is that if any creator that they have also talk about that, if any creator wants to delete their videos or remove their videos from the retrieved ones, they can just contact them by giving DMCA notice, basically kind of an you can just take those down, giving them, which can take time because it is not automated, and obviously. But yeah, after all this, retrieving all these videos, that is old videos that are not AI generated, that what are now, but all those videos. And now why it is important to look into it, because they are not just bringing the older videos, they are just creating a new platform here for videos, like a video platform. It will be decentralized, it will be using Nostr, kind of an open source, kind of just like what Blue Sky is, decentralization of the network. So no single entity can basically hold can remove the content that has been uploaded, and people can make their own apps and build upon it. So yeah, uh, the reason why it is important right now is because the major apart, like the single most thing that caught the attention was not just bringing wine the bag, but saying that the big part of it is launch is that no AI videos will be allowed in it. Basically, no AI videos, no one can upload AI generated videos on it. And even if they try to upload it and they detect it is AI, it will be deleted. So now, and they will be using technology from Guardian project, uh, Guardian project to detect AI videos, which I think, like, research, or like I got to their page, the Guardian project. They have a couple of really good projects that they are going on. Personally, I feel like they will be using they can use uh, they also have a project named Proof Mode, where a photo has both C2PA and and AI detection, basically, which is good. uh, I have used it. It is available at least in iOS. I don't know if it is available on Android for now, but Proof Mode is kind of an AI detection system. Basically, it will you can proof your photos, basically giving it metadata, and a lot of data it gets stored by it when you take a picture or even upload a picture, and you can proof your own picture, and according to that metadata, it can detect if it is AI or not, like, so the software can be built around that just for videos too, I feel like. We will talk about AI detection in the next episode that Google has also given out. So those were the two major things. That is, they are bringing the wine back, and also it has no AI kind of an marketing. And we predicted that a long time ago. There, like at the start of the year, I feel like we talked about it, and even like last couple of episodes, we are talking about it. How AI generation videos, the way they are becoming easier and easier, and the problem with AI, what I feel like with at least AI generated content, we have talked extensively about it. So uh, so as predicted, like I said, there it is a no-brainer to talk about no AI platforms with the kind of ongoing no AI media marketing. Same will be is happening in movies, shows, and creators, which is happening, like a new show by Vince Gillian. I feel like I am saying the name wrong again. Vince. He is the creator of basically the Breaking Bad, and his new show called Pluberus, I believe. And in the end of the credits, he has mentioned that in the end of the credits, this show is made by humans. So this no AI marketing actually works, and people are using it. In at least creators are using it since last year. They have some creators have taken a really strong stance regarding AI. How are they going to use it? If they are going to use it, here are they going to use it, here are they going to disclose it, and some people are totally not using it, no matter what it is. And some people are using it, same with the movies. I think like Christopher Nolan does this marketing all the time, using no CGI in the movies and using as much as practical effects as possible, just like what Oppenheimer was, with just zero CGI shots and all. There were VFX shots, but no CGI shots. So no computer generated shots were there in the Oppenheimer film, just VFX shots, which is again an insane feat to do. Nowadays, like, even lot of film, like, people using CGI on films and even TV shows, where it like with just a little bit of with just a with just a little bit of effort, you can just ignore it, and just don't use CGI. Just go to that real location, which is again not costing too much depending upon the show or movie, whatever you are making. But apart from that, like, no AI marketing actually works on people, which will be heavily in future too, because people who are using AI in future will be not looked down, I will definitely say, but people will say, oh, it's AI. That will be definitely kind of an tone on wording when people say they are being using AI for this kind of technology they are been using. But apart from that, I will say, when there is no AI use, just like how no CGI is being used nowadays in the filming, like new shows, new movies, practical effects, if people see that the stunts, that the action sequence, even the normal scenes are like what they are seeing is real, they feel it, they appreciate it. Like what happened with Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, the whole, I will say, insane jump by Tom Cruise from a mountain with a bike on a ramp, and like that shot, I think if you have not seen that whole BTS as a filmographer, as a creator, just go and see that how much effort they have put on. And when you see those shots in movie, you feel it, because even though when you know before 6 months before the movie that you have seen that shot is coming in the movie and that is what is going to happen, but when you see those shots in the movie where Tom Cruise just goes on a mountain and just jumps off, you know it's real, and it definitely works on the audience, I will definitely say. The reactions are priceless, so there is a big market that already is going on for like decade, especially past since Marvel, since the movies have gotten shift in the Hollywood, especially because Marvel and DC took a big chunk out of the revenue growth, that what it is, the what Hollywood is stood upon, what superhero movies did, which generated a lot of revenue, but we lost a lot of movies in that, and that's why when people go for Tom Cruise movies, just like what happened with the Top Gun Maverick 2, which were shot on real jets, at real locations, and even the reactions were real because they sat in a real jet back of the pilot, so this AI, no AI marketing, just like how no CGI marketing and real effects, real locations, how you use in terms of marketing will be used. And that is what is happening with social media, will be happening and is happening. you know Companies have taken a lot of and different type of stance regarding AI. YouTube, that you are like watching these videos, if you are watching it in Spotify, you do, but I don't think Spotify has taken a stance strongly enough, but YouTube has taken, given a strong stance for creators, giving a lot of good tools like AI detection, tools like looks detection, basically, where if someone is using their looks to generate videos, AI generated videos, they can get detected on YouTube and it will be given to that creator. So I think YouTube has taken a lot of good stance regarding AI. It's not that they are not using it, they are definitely giving AI features, AI generated features too, for especially for short form content, for now. But I feel like YouTube has taken a good stance regarding creators and what they feel like. But there are platforms which are totally confused for past 2 years and still now. That is, Instagram is one of those. There is Facebook. I don't know. I don't use Facebook, but yeah, Instagram is one of those. Then there is also what Twitter is there. Like both of those platforms which have a lot of engagement for years, and they have been really fumbled with AI, not giving enough tools. Fake information gets spread so easily because those are social media platform, people are there a lot than YouTube they are, because YouTube is a video platform and those are social media platform which are like quite different. And yeah, it is easier to spread misinformation on that platforms, so when I feel like there is no stance regarding AI, where people want answers from these companies, especially Instagram, where, I don't know if you know that, but at the start of last year or this year, Instagram started flagging every video or every specifically photos flagging them AI generated images, and that was really bad. Couple of things, because not every photo is AI generated photo, and especially photographers, you know. I think if you are just flagging every photo, if image that you are saying on the Instagram, at least AI generated, how can you just do it? You know, even if that video and photo, especially photo that is even edited in Photoshop, you know, like it's like you are discarding that whole person's work that they are putting it, and they have obviously removed it because it was a really bad backlash. A lot of people got off the platform, but you know, they are still to this day really fumbling through AI and navigating it. And apart from AI, it has its own lot of problems, which I have talked about in the last two episodes ago. What is the Instagram's major problem? And that is, AI is the least of their problems, I will say. But I feel like when you don't give a stance regarding AI and how and features, and especially how people are going to protect their identity on that platform, and how Instagram will be protecting them, because the reporting system is not good, and as a social media platform where it is easier for people to get connect, you know, DMs and here and there, can be get really hard, you know. So I feel like when a platform like this, DiVine, which gives a strong position when it comes to AI, like no AI videos, if we found that video is AI or not, if it is AI, we will be delete that video and you will be not even allowed to upload it. It works that kind of a marketing. And I feel like, you know, I don't know if you saw uh how many people of you saw that video, but I will also link down a new video, I feel like, by Jack. He's a different guy. He's a Jack Conte. He's the CEO, kind of a co-founder, like also co-founder of Patreon. If you know the Patreon platform, which is again a video based kind of a platform, not just video but majorly video, just like YouTube, uh, which he did a video about how algorithms are and how algorithms can be better. So I feel like when AI, no AI kind of a marketing kind of and goes totally hard on this and totally focuses on creators, on people, on humans, you know, when it focuses on that, then it gets really interesting for the people who wants to go to that platform. Like if I go and now say, if on DiVine or even YouTube, where they have strong stance regarding AI, like if like, yeah, this is what our policies are regarding AI, and they are sure about it, like how YouTube protects my content, how YouTube will be helping me, you know, in future. If I hope so, they have good systems built, because today's systems are like, obviously they are improving. But what I am ultimately trying to say, you know, we predicted no AI will be a kind of a good marketing strategy for a lot of people, come from creators to filmmakers, from to still to this day, like no, lot of people, like human connection will be a lot of a good marketing scheme for next 10 years coming in. And I feel like this is just a start. When it comes to social media platforms, I feel like they need to move really quick, especially Instagram. And I feel like in next couple of years, if not Instagram, Facebook, like this big social media platform does not change and just strive on making money out of ads, which are a lot, especially on Instagram, and strive of a money on not providing to the actual creators, you know, who are making content for that platform, you know, which is a big part of how those platforms run. That will be a really a decline for those kind of a platform, I will say. And new platforms just like this will be coming forward. And just like what talked about in couple of episodes back when I talked about Instagram, like I said, they have lost their core ability of what that platform was, which is photos. And people, other companies will build a platform just for photos, personalized photos, basically what Instagram was on in the early days, and they will double down on what Instagram is going wrong with. And I feel like if Instagram does not move faster, then obviously this company is just like what DiVine is. There will be a platform for photos that will be like no AI photos you will be seeing on this platform, just creators, just human making content photos, and people are attracted to that, you know. There is a large chunk of audience, even me including too. It's not that I completely like hate AI generated content, but I definitely would like to support a person who is making a really good content in terms of whatever it is, like shorts or reels, whether it is photos, photography, which I love it. And that's why, like I said, I have a problem with Instagram nowadays, and also videos on YouTube, which YouTube does it. Like when I watch videos of creators, when I watch at least one ad, I feel like okay, I can tolerate this ad because at least the ad revenue is going to that specific creator that I'm watching. So you know, that kind of a feeling to just support people, like that's how Patreon even is, you know. Majority of the Patreon where give and take happens, like it's like a paid kind of a subscription majorly platform, which again you can also upload for free, I believe. But you know, that is how Patreon is kind of a subset for YouTube creators, which I liked it. So yeah, so this is kind of an, I will say, my thought process regarding how this new kind of an, I will say, marketing scheme no AI, and how people will be looking for AI, looking forward, I think, for AI content and non AI content too, which is going to be really interesting. On general basis, I feel like people ultimately don't care too much, because ultimately if the product is good, if the product what you're watching in movies, in shows, series, even a content creator, I have seen majority of the people they are still getting engagement, whether they use totally AI generated content or whether it is using totally like, I will say, non-AI, you know. Like you said, like you gave, let's say, an arcane level of animation to the person and said that, like, you know, on a general audience, yeah, this animation is totally made by AI. Yeah, they will like, oh, that's it. That reaction will be not too much, like not too many people are into it, but there are people like me who cares about it. But there are not too many people like me, you know. On general basis, I feel like people will get it. Oh, that is non-AI, that is AI, that marketing will be used. But I feel like ultimately, let's see how it goes. uh, uh, and I feel like there is definitely no one answer. Like people will lean towards one and not others, because I have seen what growth of especially the CGI has been. And I know CGI and AI is totally different, but CGI, computer generated content, what Avatar did, what Marvel movies do, you know, even like what so yeah, it is more of an emotion, like that is a totally different conversation. But yeah, I feel like this marketing strategy is definitely is going to like work. And when it comes to social media platforms, let's see how it goes, because it is going to be really hard for existing platforms like Instagram if they not work on their platform. And when it comes to, like I said, platforms like Twitter, they still have their own thing. Like I think like Twitter, even though as much as it has changed, like it is even from naming, I still feel like when it comes to on a general using that platform, that's why I use my major two platforms are Threads and Twitters and Blue Sky. Like those are my major social media platforms. And if I want to see of what video, I go to just YouTube. So like I said, Instagram is just like a slider for me. Like in couple, I open Instagram in just couple of days, like, you know, like it takes me 2 to 3 days to just, okay, let's just check what is on Instagram, rather than I have to check Instagram daily, you know. Like is Twitter is still like what before is, like giving me information what is happening on my For You page, on my following page. Same goes to threads, because the ultimate the action that you go there is just see the tweets, the images, and that's it. Like, I don't go on Twitter to see podcasts that people are uploading that are 2 hour podcast, which even videos, I don't know. Like last year Elon Musk talked about so much about videos personally, where giving people, like, you can even have kind of an ad generated, but it did not work. And I feel like if you are trying to do that inside Twitter, you have to make a dedicated section for that, just like how a kind of a video section for YouTube is, or make a different app, you learn. If you want to make it work, that podcast, let's say, if you want to create a YouTube killer, you can go ahead and make it. But it is not, he's just experimenting on a lot of stuff, because he wants to, obviously, as a entrepreneur, or like a company's CEO, he wants to make it a kind of an, he's not a CEO, but owner, as a company's owner, he has to kind of an make it sustain that platforms. That's why he has the subscription model too. But let's say how it goes for, especially for these big platforms for next couple of years, who major platforms will be joining in when it comes to making social media platforms. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, so we will take a break here, and after a break we will be talking about the new AI, not new AI, but understanding AI, its political biasness, and the first AI cyber attack that has been reported by Anthropic. That is interesting to talk. So welcome back. So the cyber attack that I talked about. So, and AI cyber attack was done in mid-September, which has been reported by Anthropic. I will link down that whole blog and whole report by Anthropic in the link in the description. So if you are a developer, if you want to go in depth and check on it, go definitely go check it out. It is in depth there that they have done, but which they know, like Anthropic says it is from China, which they are really sure that they are saying in that video, in that whole blog, which targeted government agencies, chemical manufacturers, and etc. that they talked about in that whole blog. So how it is, then the second thing was for them is like making sure it is done by AI or not. If how they determined it was an AI attack or not. So they talked about AI tools models were being used to do these multiple attacks basically in mid-September. So they use definitely AI models, AI agents, and tools like AI agents were connected with the models, like with through MCP. So we talked about MCP in a couple of episodes ago, how contextual engineering is done with through MCP, giving tools and new data relevant to what the work you want to the AI models, and it will work for you. And that is how they believe it was happened. Because of it, it was done by fewer people and lot of agents, AI agents, which did a loop of tasks. Basically what they can do with through the MCP is they can attack it. If it not work, they can go back to the internet and search it. Like if it is internet, if it's the data they already stored through the MCP, they get it, they resolve and improvise on how they want to attack. Just like how AI models are, they are improving day by day on the daily basis of the data that we are providing them. So just like that, AI agents attacked this kind of big model, big agencies, and through improvement through MCP tools, like whatever the data they have, it was improving and just attacking it on loops, no matter how many times, because no human intervention was in that. So AI was being used, it was less human intervention required, and AI agent just can loop the task again and again, which the tools that they have asked and can improve them on given task, which is a kind of a deadly one. Again, to get the full info about it, check out their report in the description I have given. So it's about time, I will say. But if you don't know, Anthropic did a research before about it, but also OpenAI made a blog post about it. Both of them I will be linking down in the description. At least the OpenAI that they did recently is that we don't know how these AI models actually work. What that mean is we don't know how the neural network, the thinking, or you can just say the mechanism of how it is getting to those answers, specifically in terms of thinking wise. It's just like how our brain is in terms of we still are unsure of the neural network sometimes, how the brain works, and we are still trying to understand it. Just like that, that AI is that too. Like they build upon models, but the problem is we don't know how the neural network basically the works, the architecture. I think that is a good word for it. To understand this model, we are still trying to process it. So we have created something we don't understand too much. That is definitely not okay. But Anthropic already is been doing research for the past 2 years. I feel like I have seen their blog post. Now OpenAI made their own tool research according to it, because because to understand this kind of AI models, it is really crucial for to develop those future models according to how we want, rather than going towards a direction where it can go deadly and go outlaw basically. And just like what we talked about, dystopian, those kind of scenarios definitely can happen. It's not like that, but it is not. It is like come like I know it is kind of, and I will say a no-brainer to not thinking and not thinking that in a way. But yeah, uh, the reason I'm saying we still don't understand, I think, even if you see it gives you the thinking what the steps it has taken, is like the basically what the AI models you see now, the new ChatGPT 5.1, 5, the new Gemini 3 has been announced. We will talk about that in the next episode. But new Gemini 3, these models, we have programmed them to give a kind of a specific thinking. What that means I will explain here. That is, we don't know why they are thinking in a that way. So basically, if you use a thinking mode or research mode, it gives you step by step, and also the thinking of basically what kind of steps it is taken to give you that answers, right? That is what a thinking mode do, and gives to you, that is give you step by step answer. So it is kind of a transparent that you can see why it got to that conclusion. But we still don't know the behind parts of why it is thinking that way and why it is taking those steps. My thinking is that, first of all, these AI companies, that is Gemini and Anthropic, they are programming these models according to the way they want to think. Like if you remember this year and last year, both years, how AI models were giving insane answers, especially Gorg, going especially Gorg going on like Nazi kind of an answers, giving going all kind of an berserk, like mad answers, I will say. That is a good word. But same for ChatGPT. When you ask it a serious or controversial subject topics, it used to give really polarizing, I will say, answers. And people used to debate on that. We used to talk about that, like, oh, ChatGPT talked about that. But I think this, after those kind of responses, ChatGPT reprogram those models to give a specific type of answers, or just don't give an answer on those kind of topics. So when it comes to topics, conversational topics regarding some certain sensitive topics, these models have been programmed, I feel like. And even if they are capable of thinking and giving you answers, they are not. They are programmed to not give it. I feel like that's the case here. So that is what I'm saying. Like, we don't know if, like I said, the answers that these models are giving are kind of like thinking in a way that needs to be done, that its own thinking, so to understand the architecture is really important for the companies too, because they still don't know how it is working totally. You can definitely say that. So that is what happens when it comes to also political biasness too. When it comes to not open AI, but every other models, company's model, whenever you ask about regarding certain type of political questions and answers, what it happens is there will be definitely no neutral ground there. As much as companies want to have neutral, like Anthropic did recently a blog post about how it wants its model to be neutral regarding both parties, because like people want someone, like even the model, to hear their thoughts and how it is and not dismiss them. So definitely those models are being programmed to teach that to listen to every other person, even if that person is a psychopath, even if that person is a average person asking question, and that average person and that psychopath person both will get the same answers, because they want, those companies, those definitely want a neutral stance regarding some sensitive topics, like especially when it comes to politics, because politics is a broad concept which can get inserted in any kind of subject topics, where from industries to Hollywood, Bollywood industries, to entertainment industries, to major politics actually. So getting a neutral stance regarding that, obviously companies want to make it that way. People, they want to make the models as much as neutral, as much as not getting an a backlash from the people of a specific group if that model is not agreeing with them. So I feel like when it comes again to the political biasness of it, it is again changing day by day depending upon how the humans are acting. So basically the people in the power, the political dynamic changes 1 month, like daily most probably. But just if you just don't watch politics nowadays for 1 or 2 months, there is a totally different kind of environment that is going on in the world. So a model to understand every other step, every other model, to get every other information it has, to process it and change it, like so before, like couple of days a neutral answer by a model cannot be a neutral answer, because the political dynamic has changed all around the world, all around the industry, and now it is different, and now the same answer is totally different now. So you can just see how these models have getting been restricted by these companies. So when it comes to, again I'm saying, to understand these models, that's why they are restricting this model. I feel like when it comes to certain topics, certain models, and the way they want the models to give you answers, ultimately they are training these models to give you the best possible answer, especially because not everyone is asking political answers, majority of the audience. But yeah, when you ask those kind of question, it does happen. Like I said, we are still figuring out how it actually works. We are still figuring out how the architecture needs to be done. And I feel like I have seen an interview, I don't know which company CEO he was, but he talked about how we need more engineers in the, especially engineers who understand the concept of architecture, basically building blocks of a software. Now it is not just code nowadays, but to understand the code is really important, not just to build that, but to understand what it is happening with that model. So I feel like this big engineering, these big models, and this kind of big architecture, we need to understand it more. And I feel like in future, I think we will be getting a lot of different degrees, especially AI, we are definitely getting it, but also to understand this big architecture by what these models are getting built, to understand these AI models, I feel like we need more people rather than AI models, because AI models have been restricted by these companies, at least for now. As much as I would like to say these companies are, what they ultimately, their goal is to make a good AI, to generate profit, to make a good product, but to understand actually the model and how it is working is a totally different take from how these companies are providing those models to us now. So to understand actually the model is really important. I feel like in next couple of years, like the job market are, like I said, definitely shifting, and as like I said, all jobs are getting lower and lower, especially in big corporate, I will say, where the job aspects of certain jobs will be definitely will be eliminated even in IT sector, but the new jobs will definitely will be getting, just like how we have been saying and how we have been trained, at least in the we are at least in the college universities still to this day, they talked about how we, at least in the IT sector that I am right now, that you have to be trained your mind, like you have to be in a training mode always, because there is always a new technology coming. So just like that, you need to get to know this. If let's say in future these new models, to understand these new models, new courses come, new college degrees come, you definitely have to go and do it to basically get to the next level of jobs, get to the next transitions jobs, basically, just like what it has been at least for past 15 years in the tech industry, at least in these big companies that is happening. And I feel like that is one of the most interesting things to look for, what kind of new degrees that will be happening, what kind of new courses, what kind of new learnings we have to understand because of this new technology. um we will be talking about that, because yeah, as a person who is who at least who has learned in this industry, who has educated, who has gotten education in this system, at least in the I am a computer science student, so yeah, I know it a bit, and I feel like let's see how it goes in the direction in next 4 to 5 years. I definitely believe that new, just like how couple of years ago, at least in here in India, in my India here, the where I study is, at least I feel like the only new I feel like, say the new course has been added, not just course, a degree has been added, is AI and ML basically, which I don't know which how big of a, like how it was, is it late has been added here or not, but yeah, the courses need to be updated, the system needs to be updated definitely on, and in next 2 or 3 years we will be definitely seeing new form of degrees, which will, like I said, how 15 years ago how computer science and IT and electronic engineering was kind of a main deal, electrical ENTC, electronic engineering and telecommunications were a major deal for a lot of companies. Just like that, I feel like AI, understanding AI understanding AI architecture, understanding AI models, AI security, basically AI research, and also security, like defense, like in lot of those aspects, as it will be getting involved. Just like that, we will be getting a lot of, I will say, new kind of jobs in every sector, from defense to in the IT industry to education, towards business. So this all lot of kind of an aspects need to be need and will be overhauled in next 5 to 6 or 10 years. In terms of education, the businesses run slow, it is hard to change the course of any system. As much as I would love to say that the AI industry is destroying anything, it is definitely, but the speed and the rate as this company knows that it is, to even get to that AGI is far enough, kind of, and I will say, which, like I said, they are not even sure they are near it, at least for now, the way I'm saying, at least the way I am seeing it. But the adaptation, like I said, is always not that easy. So like I said, let's see how it goes, and I feel like yeah, that was it. Let's see how it goes in future about it. Let me know what you think about AI and understanding, how you will be thinking, and do you think new kind of degrees will be added, and what kind of degrees you have done, especially in the, if you have done, if you are in a under job market, let me know in the comment section basically how it is going on, and what kind of AI or engineers basically will be needing in future. uh, I feel like, let me know your thoughts regarding it, what you think regarding AI, and also regarding the no AI media marketing that has been and will be going on in the next couple of years, which will be hard thrown on, which will be new for a lot of people in next couple of years. But I feel like in it will be normalized in after 5 to 6 years, I feel like. So I think, yeah, that is it for this episode, at least episode number 40. Now, the update regarding the episode number 41, that you will be seeing that episode most probably, if everything goes right, most probably tomorrow only, that is on Sunday. But if it not, most probably on Monday or Tuesday, because I do want to give a gap between episodes. I intentionally do it. That's why I did not record this episode even early, and I was testing a lot of stuff. But the new episode 41, like I said, I did not want to miss any kind of episodes or week. I wanted to be much more for our consistent creator, which we are definitely, but we are not on time, which will be happening soon. We will be on time in, I hopefully next time I upload it. But this week's episode, that is episode number 41, this is 40th episode basically. This is last episode, this is last week's episode, you can definitely say. And the 41st episode you will be getting is on tomorrow. I complete and edit it tomorrow only, and I will upload it on Monday, which we will be talking there on new Gemini Pro model that has been uploaded, that has been given by Google, that is Gemini 3. The new iOS, I will say, topic that I want to talk, that is iOS 26, because I've been using iOS 26 for past 2 months since its launch. So yeah, yeah, apart from these two, I will say what kind of topics you want me to discuss. Like I said, as always I say on the every last, like I said, I always mention this in the every episode. You can give me topics that you want me to discuss, especially in the tech industry, and how the tech industry you want me to cover it, because it is kind of an, I will say, important to know that this podcast is much more of a long discussions between you and me. So commenting down your thoughts regarding the topics I discussed, which like give me your angles regarding topics too, because I am like a person, like only person who sees stuff, who reads a lot of articles and just write down my own thoughts. But there are definitely different angles towards one topic. Like I said, with no media AI media marketing, then there is about AI thinking and how these AI models are working. So there are definitely other angles that I don't get, which is obvious. Basically I am not the person who will be covering every other topic, but commenting down that those kind of, I will say, your thoughts, then we can have a discussion in the comments. And if I see a kind of an worth to actually discussing those angles in episodes, we can go live and discuss it. I can go live and discuss it with you guys. But apart from that, I will say, always I will say, comment down also the topics you want me to cover, as always, which is important. And apart from topics, like the episode and subscribe, I will say, definitely. If you want this type of content, if you like this type of content, we do this weekly every Friday. The timing can be back and forth, because sometimes I miss the episode, but like I said, as always, I don't like to rush. So this is kind of a topic, this is kind of an how it goes here. So if you are a fan of tech industry, you love tech, you love to talk about it, you love to have a discussion, comment down as always in the description. And the next episode will definitely will be kind of an video podcast. That is the 41st episode will be a video podcast, which is something different and yeah, something new to you guys. I hopefully it works that what I'm doing. But apart from that, also another thing to mention is that my main channel, which again I know I haven't uploaded there too much, but you will be getting a content there too. And so yeah, if you are one of the watchers still last to this, what I don't know how much, one more than 1 hour has been passed, but if you are watching this, comment down at least one thing you can comment down that you watch till the last point of it, so I can get the idea if at least you have watched the whole episode. And yeah, comment on, like, that's it for this week. This episode. I have to go write the next episode and I have to even record it. So yeah, this is it for this episode number 40, and I will see you guys in the next episode. We will have a much long discussion there too. But yeah, this is it for this week's episode of the Tech Guy podcast. I will see you guys in the next episode. See ya.